Tonight, we're going to catch up with two men who decided they wanted to take a run at being the next president of the United States. No, we're not talking about Senator Obama and John McCain. We're talking about Daniel Kingery and Don K. Allen, two regular guys with regular jobs who decided they wanted to take a crack at the White House. Tonight, we catch up with them as we are just 48 hours away from this pivotal election to see how they think they did, what they think their chances are of being elected, and indeed, what they have planned next. Caution! You are about to enter the no-fact zone. Threat factor is set to begin right now. Now that you are down to within 3 days, 72 hours before this election goes down, what is the current state of your campaign?
It's pretty much what it was before. I'm still in the race.
You're still hanging in there, are you?
Yes, sir.
With it getting so close to the time where you're getting, the early voting has already begun, you're in the final home stretch, this really is the last chance for you to get on the ballot there and get elected. How are you feeling right now about your chances?
They're the same as they've always been. It all depends on the people. It
all depends on the people, you say. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling about that? Do you have faith then in the people to perhaps vote for an independent candidate?
Well, I think a lot of them want to. It's just that a lot of them don't have any idea that there are a bunch of us out here.
So would you then say that you're feeling maybe not so confident about your chances?
All my chances are the same. I mean, as time goes on and everything else and gets closer, there's still a whole bunch of, I guess, concerned about whether Obama is actually a U.S. citizen and that sort of stuff. Again, it's all rumor. There hasn't been anything pulled off in court yet, one way or the other. So, I mean, it's an easy thing for him to prove, but so far he hasn't. Who knows? Well, like I said, it's a long way from being over yet.
Well, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but most of the mainstream press is already pretty much saying that Obama has this election in the bag, that discounting not only John McCain, but all the independent candidates like yourself. How do you feel about that?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time the media has tried to win a race that they have no business in trying to win other than reporting the facts. They're trying to do like the sports announcer can't do while announcing a horse race. A sports announcer cannot change the outcome of the race by announcing what's happening in the race. But the news media is trying to do that. So, I mean, the people have their own minds. I'm not going to try to tell them how to think or what they want to do, but, I mean, I've had people tell me that they would vote for me if I had some more media coverage. But as it is, they're going to vote for the lesser of two evils. So, and there are those people out there.
Well, I mean, that's certainly true, and you've had the opportunity, no doubt, to watch the campaigns of McCain and Obama, and they've gotten quite dirty and quite nasty. I guess that's the one thing you can say proudly, Daniel Kingery, is that you have run a much different campaign, and I don't think you've used negativity once.
Well, if I did, I didn't intend to, but I'm human too, so stuff like that can happen.
What do you think about these negative campaigns? Do you think maybe that is kind of just more of the same, and that maybe that is why perhaps you believe you still might have a chance?
Well, I know it's more of the same because I think, as I told you earlier, or somebody earlier, that the only reason I got into this campaign is because I could almost predict what was going on back in June last year. And as far as the negative campaigns, and stuff, it only tells me one thing. A candidate who has to revert to the negativity of the opponent does not have any ideas worth the people listening to. So, I mean, that's about the most negative comment I can have about the negative campaigns, I guess.
Well, I mean, look, you are in the final stretch, and I know there are a lot of people who at the very beginning said that you had no chance. You were basically going on a fool's errand, and criticized you for wasting your time, you know, selling your business and living in your car and doing that whole adventure, saying it was all for nothing. 72 hours out from this pivotal election date, do you think it was all for nothing, or do you think you did get something from it?
I learned an awful lot from it. I learned a lot about the people. Unfortunately, I'm not proud to say an awful lot about what I learned. At least when it's all said and done, I won't be kicking myself in the ass for not having tried at all. A lot of voters are going to be kicking themselves because they didn't vote according to what they thought they should have, but they decided to narrow it down to the lesser of evils. Right. And I can't change that. All I can do is what I know what to do and when I know to do it. So right now, I mean, I've got a petition in the Superior Court in Arizona to see if there's anything I can get done about this election as screwed up as it's been going.
Now, how do you intend to spend election night?
What's that?
How do you intend to spend election night?
Same thing as I always done, just for the last year or so, just keep sending information out until the results are done, and I mean, you never know.
On election night, where are you going to be?
More than likely I'll be in Arizona, but that's still 3 days away.
Well, where are you right now?
Arizona.
There you go, okay. So, you're gonna, how will you know how many votes you got?
Well, according to the way a lot of the polling stations, states, counties, and towns count the votes, there's not going to be any way to tell how many votes I got. Because a lot of the times, if you have under a certain number of votes, they don't register at all. They don't even count them. They don't show up on any of the results. So the only way that I'll know if I got any votes at all is if somebody who votes for me tells me they voted for me and they didn't see their vote count, and then I'll see if that person wants to pursue it in court.
Interesting. All right. Well, then, I guess all we can do at this point is just kind of wish you good luck, Daniel, in this final stretch. And I guess, are you? What is your expectation of what is actually going to happen on Tuesday?
Is this what are you asking what I would like to happen, or what do I think is going to happen?
I think what your realistic expectation is.
Well, the way it looks is either Obama or McCain are going to win, and it's going to cause a considerable unrest among the people for a little while to find out what's going to happen. From what I understand, the United States government is in a position right now to bring a lot of the military personnel to U.S. soil to kind of prevent this unrest, if you will.
You consider that if one of these two Republican or Democrat candidates get in, you perceive a period of turmoil in your own country?
I expect that there will be, because I don't know if you spend much time traveling around in the United States this past year, but in the 33 states that I have traveled around in, the only place I have seen presidential candidate campaign signs is right in the area where they're going to be filming that candidate. Otherwise, traveling up and down the highways, passing and everything else. Initially, I saw a lot of Ron Paul signs, but almost zero for Hillary when she was in, McCain or Obama. In Wilcox, in my driving around, I just saw one sign for a presidential candidate, and that was for Obama. None for any of the other candidates, including myself.
So what does that tell you then?
What's that?
What does that tell you?
It tells me that this is an election year quite unlike any of the others, where you could drive up and down the roads anywhere and find at least a sign for a presidential candidate. It tells me that although they may not want to vote for me, they don't want to vote for either of the two that are out there on the whole. So, and they're just given the choice of lesser of evils. And I think this time we're going to find out exactly how evil the lesser of them can be.